tonight will give themselves an opportunity down the stretch, guys.
And you know what, John? What Angel's talking about is from the coach. The Cavaliers don't have much room for mistakes tonight. They have to play a pretty much flawless game on both ends of the floor.
The tip is Wyman, the Cavaliers, and we are underway. John Michael, Austin Carr, and Angel Gray. Welcome aboard tonight. Drummond right at DeAndre Jordan. Gruesome contact and puts it up and in. Drummond with the steal. Cavaliers entered action second in the league in steals per game. Andre Drummond, 9th in that category, as Drummond again toward Jordan, lays it up and in.
Jordan a little bit too slow up foot. Drummond going right around him for easy layup.
Here's James Harden in his 2 games with the Nets. Harden is averaging 33 points, 13 assists. Irving now in the corner is guarded by Osman. Irving spins, fires at the baseline, and cans it. Kyrie Irving gets the Nets on the board.
That's the one thing.
Harden in his 12th season out of Arizona State. Tries to deal one off the green. That was read by Larry Nance. The NBA's leader in deflections gets another. Deals to Osmond. Lays it up and lays it in. The Cavaliers have an early 6-2 lead.
Look, you're having a tough time again. Individually, the Cavs will have to step up individually on defense. This is where, we may have to worry about 1, maybe 2 guys at the most. You got 3 guys you got to worry about here. And Jeff Green does a good job off the ball. He and Harris.
Is short. Here comes Harden, the league's leading scorer each of the last 3 seasons. Green from the corner. Jeff Green off the Kevin Durant by the Cavalier rookie Isaac Okoro. Deals to Jordan. Irving trying to take a pass, broken up by Nance. Nance, coast to coast.
Larry Nance playing the passing lane. Nice steal, and he kind of...
The rebound, out comes Harden.
And you got to get back after shots like that. There we go. I knew it. You cannot sit down. Drummond fell down. It took a little while to get up. They take advantage of it. You have to stay on top of these guys, or they'll take advantage of you.
DeAndre Jordan, who ran the floor. He's the all-time NBA leader in field goal percentage, 67% throughout his 13-year career.
Right, he doesn't shoot much outside that lane.
That shot we just saw was a pretty good sample size of what you see out of DeAndre Jordan. Okoro to the bucket.
The young fella, right down the lane, throws the hammer down.
Isaac Okoro, number 5 overall pick in the most recent draft, now guards Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Irving straight away from 3. Irving is played up by Green off to Harden.
And see, this is where you get in trouble against this team. You come down and miss, they come down and make. You do that 5 or 6 times, you're down by 10 points, and that's as simple as that.
DeAndre Jordan once again right around that rim on the business end of that James Harden alley-oop. We approach the midway point of the opening quarter. Nets by 6. Joe Harris, the former Cavalier, sits at the scorer's table. So does Damian Dotson. We'll check into the next dead ball as Harden with a clean steal. Back on the Nets, 3-on-2. Irving hesitates around Sexton, glides to the hole. And the Nets lead by 8.
Well, it's so dangerous in open floor. So dangerous when you catch them one-on-one like that. This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sexton gets fouled, puts it up and in, and Colin Sexton has a chance for the 3-point play.
This is where Colin is so good, in that mid-range area.
Check in, he replaces James Harden. Sexton completes the 3-point play. So nice to see.
Going to the basket.
Gary earlier in this first quarter got called for a offensive foul, a similar type play. Sakura looks to stay with Durant. Lobs one upstairs for DeAndre Jordan, and Jordan has his 3rd first quarter dunk.
Again, I listened to the interview after last game. Harden and Durant both talk about how better basketball players they are this time around than when they first hooked up with Oklahoma.
Boy, they look terrific. These are the last 2 games as Dotson pulls up a 15-footer is true.
Dotson continues to play well, coming off the bench or starting for the Cavaliers.
Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, who played 2 preseason games with the Cavs prior to last season, enters Joe Harris from the corner.
Well, that's become an ordinary thing for Joe Harris now that he's...
Because of it, it's allowed time for Jared Allen to recover.
Sexton missed it and gets the roll on the follow. Full-time head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've been one of the nice surprises in the NBA at 6-7. Harden put it right in the hands of Sexton. Osman drives in and he's fouled.
Well, in Cleveland,
and I know,
has been up and down. I mean, they won their first game. They lost a couple. They had lost 3 straight before beating the
Nets to be 638, but that just shows you how prolific he's been the last couple of seasons, and the amount of threes. Again, I know attempts and makes are all up around the league, but that's impressive category for Joe Harris to be sitting right in the middle of some great Nets legends.
Yeah, we talked about Kyrie Irving coming back to Cleveland. Joe Harris obviously has been back a number of times, but that was his first home in the NBA when he was drafted in 2014 in the second round by the Cavs. Jetty Osman at the free throw line, cut 5 to play. Osman for the lead. He's got it. So the Cavs battle back thanks to a 9-0 run, and it's 24-23 Cleveland. Lob it up. Perry saves for Harris just barely. That's had a 2-for-1. Didn't take advantage of it. Now they're just hoping to get a clean shot off. Lawawu Cabarro can't hit on the fade. Allen grabs it against Perry. Cleveland can hold for 1. Damian Dotson with 7 seconds left. High screen Allen. Dotson kick. Osman, the jumper, goes down, and the foul. Brown is...
Especially late in the game at the top of the key, there's not too much blocking the officials' vision in those moments.
So Jetty Osman, he has been the guy for Cleveland. He has scored the last 9 points for the Cavs. The Nets got off to a piping hot start, made their first 10 shots, and then missed their last 8. Didn't score over the final 4:47 of the opening quarter. Second quarter action.
They're going to get great shots because of their spacing. They're going to get great opportunities because of the talent. You don't need a lot of home run balls. You don't need a lot of crazy passes. 7 turnovers. Look, they're first in field goal percentage, third in points. If they can just clean up this turnover situation, they'll be running away as they turn over the ball again.
Yep, Jeff Green, the guilty party. Sexton takes it to the rim, and that's 8 turnovers. We're just underway in the second quarter.
And teams are
30-23 Cavaliers. Prince, wild attempt. He missed it. Allen gets the flip to go. And the Cavs now up by 9. That means Allen is guarded by Harden. Sexton, the jumper. Long rebound to Durant. Pedal to the metal. Durant to the hole. Switching hands, +1.
And that factors into the offensive get stops, and you can put more pressure on a defense. This is a beauty because it's Kevin Durant in the open court, but all of it, of course, is tied together. I mean, the Nets struggle defensively, but a big part too is the turnovers, and some of that just comes from the fact that they're putting themselves in a bad way because it allows teams to run and to get into a rhythm. And Kevin Durant was everywhere on that play. The final contest, but even his help around the basket.
Harden just 1 field goal attempt. That's his second. He missed it. Brown taps the ball to himself. Nets get a reload. Durant, they leave him alone, and he nails it for 3.
Allows them on the other end to switch across everything. So Jeff Green is going to be a key component to this Nets defense moving forward.
So Irving back in, DeAndre Jordan back in. It's Harden to the bench. Irving, cross, screen, jumper, splash.
And credit to DeAndre Jordan off that. The screen, the rescreen, continuing to just work in a free-form way with these guys and some of their random plays.
Backdoor cut, and it's Osman. Andre Drummond the assist. Ends an 8-0 Brooklyn run. Durant the shake and bake. Looked at a double team, so Green will take and make the triple. We are tied at 34.
I've never really considered a comeback, Ian, but with this talent out there, I might be able to give him, 7, 8 good minutes.
Can you still shoot, Richard?
Osman can at 3. Well, first of all,
Jetty, I can't shoot.
RJ, you did not eat a French fry for an entire year. Don't tell me you're not thinking about a comeback.
I'm not sure I believe that.
I believe it.
I didn't.
Reverse jam for DeAndre Jordan. He has been a jam machine. 37-36. Or jam master, either one.
Okay.
Take your pick.
I'm just curious. All right.
Sexton, got it. Collins Sexton.
To learn that earlier on in your career, whether you leave via through free agency or trades, but, it's going to happen. Like 0.01% of players get to stay with the same franchise for 10 plus years. So you almost know it's going to happen. You just never truly know when. But, ton of compliments for the entire crew of guys. Taurean Prince, Karis LeVert, Jared Allen. These guys meant so much to this organization and why this organization's in the place it is right now.
And another bucket for Kyrie Irving off of the timeout. Nets trail 39-38. Irving with 11. James Harden yet to score. Just 2 field goal attempts. Isolation. Drummond gets around Jordan for the deuce and the foul.
Jordan and his interior defense, Jeff Green and his interior defense, those are going to be key components to how far this team can really go.
Second foul on DeAndre. He is 0 of 4 from the field. Drummond couldn't catch it cleanly, walking the tightrope. Lawawu Cabarrot steps in front. Durant with a juggle. Euro, and he spins it in. Once again, that Iceman roll, George Gervin.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Literally, the Euro step and the distance with the finger roll and the touch. But there's not much that this man can't do offensively in any spot on the floor.
Osman loses it. Here's Irving. Through traffic. Irving lost the ball and turned it over. Osman's got it for Cleveland. Dotson not shy about taking his J, and he cans a triple. Damian Dotson signed a 2-year, $4 million deal with the Cavaliers. Good catch and shoot ability. And Steve Nash wants a timeout. So the Nets have 4/5 of their starting lineup in. Harris instead of Green, currently on the floor. Cavaliers 4/5 as well. Kyrie Irving, beautiful stroke.
One of the best in-between games in this league.
Come away with it. Durant, stop and go. He's tripped by Osman. And Kevin Durant up on his feet. 1:58 mark of this second quarter. Connors, Jared Allen checks back in for Cleveland. KD is averaging 30.6 points per game.
I think the most impressive part of those numbers is the efficiency of which he's scoring those points. The fact that he's over 54% from the field, nearly 50% from the three-point line. That's the stuff that's just silly when you look at the way he's producing.
So the Nets are now 2 out of 3 at the free throw line. 1:48 to play first half. Step back Prince. He buries it. Taurean Prince in the second year of a $29 million deal. Irving, fade, book it. It's automatic. Richard, as you alluded to, the mechanics are so perfect, there may not be a better looking in-between jump shot in the NBA.
And this will continue to be the end that is emphasized. You know the team is going to score. You know with all their different weapons at each place on the floor, it's going to be how they get stops.
Nets had a foul to give. Damian Dotson taking it to the rack. And give Cleveland a lot of credit, digging out of a hole. And they have gone toe-to-toe with the Nets. Irving hangs and hits. And Kyrie just limping a tad as he landed a 2-for-1 opportunity. Dotson fakes out his man, misses the J. Cleared by Durant. Nets will hold for one. And a foul given. Cleveland.
Allen's foot and you saw the twist.
And it was like he landed on the other one. That one kind of tweaked, and then when he tried to recover.
James Harden?
That's a good question.
I should have asked, do you know where your ring is at?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. You know what the problem is that there's just no event and no place to ever wear it. You wear it at charity events. You might bring it someplace to show kids at a school one day. You typically wear it around your other NBA friends that don't have championships, but that's really it.
Just grab it at halftime. Show it off second half. You grab it?
I got you. So I got it somewhere.
3 seconds left. Sexton. Oh, athletic play. Colin Sexton. And time expires here at the end of the first half as RJ goes to his car to get his ring from the glove compartment. We'll step aside. Nancy Newman, Frank Isola coming up. Cavaliers lead the Nets by 2.